so for me that is hope in yeah. So thank you for that.
Oh, I didn't do it to give you hope. I was only there's nothing with describing the reality, that there isn't anything that's right or wrong. There is only what is.
Yeah.
So being separate isn't right or wrong, it just is what is.
Yeah.
It's as much what is as anything else.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And you, a bit later on, you said something about there is, the experience of finiteness, and then suddenly there isn't. There is the infinite, and it's a sudden and complete. Is it also complete? Yeah. Is there then something like integration or something needed?
Because actually, of course, the finite isn't.
Sorry?
There isn't an integration, because the finite is also the infinite. They're both the same thing. But all the time, me is apparently around the energy of me is there. It apparently seems to exist only in a finite energy.
Yeah.
It's an illusion, because it thinks it lives in a real finite existence, and then suddenly that collapses, and there is only the infinite. It is also the finite.
Yeah.
Because we're back to the mystery thing.
Yeah.
Suddenly that which thought it was in a real reality collapses into the natural reality, in which is infinite, and appears also as finite.
And sometimes that's being described as a shock, or a shock to the system or the organism, or
no, not really.
No, it wasn't like that for you.
No, but it's
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But it wasn't a shock. It didn't collapse on the floor.
Right.
Yeah. There wasn't anyone there anymore. There was just a recognition that all there is the infinite.
Which includes the
which is the natural reality.
Anyway.
Oh, this is the natural reality. That place that Tony Parsons was in was artificial. But don't forget that when that happens, what's left is very simple and ordinary. It's not some amazing orgasmic sort of bliss or any of that nonsense. What's left is very simple and very ordinary. Everything is like it was before, and it isn't. No, not anymore. So in a way, you can't in the end say that there is a feeling that's with this, or there is any sense of being wonderful, or there is nothing that's measurable anymore. It can't be expressed.
So Tony, judging can happen without any. It's just what happens.
Well, a judgment of whether one card's better than another one might come up, or something of that sort of thing. Practical judgment about one thing being better than another in terms of working. But there is the judgment about
yourself,
yeah,
which is not there.
Obviously not. Yeah.
Which is not there. No more anything like that. It's not possible. Yeah. Wow, that must be wonderful. Tony, would you say what thoughts are and where they come from? Where thoughts come from?
Nothing.
From
nothing
nothing.
is the source of everything. Nothing is the source. No thing is the source of everything. The thoughts arise out of everything and fall back into everything when they can't find anybody to talk to. When they arise and there's a me, what can apparently happen is that they attach, the me attaches to them and they attach to the thought, and there's a sort of energy thing, like a CD running. And then they also naturally fall back into everything.
So they are like something material floating in
There's
the
only
nothing.
energy in thought form.
Energy in thought form, yeah.
like being a victim of a CD player.
Yeah, too. Me is the victim, apparently.
But it seems to be an interest, a vested interest to keep on the CD player. The CD player seems to be interested in keeping the CD player.
Well, only apparently, yes. Me wants to survive, so it does everything to survive. Keeps the story going. And one of the most effective ways to keep the story going is to see. Because it will never be found. So you just keep. In a way, in the end, the me goes on surviving by trying to satisfy itself all the time.
Can what?
The me goes on surviving by trying to satisfy itself all the time.
Jody? There is a phenomenon which is called near-death experience, where people who have been clinically dead.
Well, hold on. It's always a near-death experience.
From a medical point of view.
When people are dead, you don't hear from them.
Well,
when people have died, you don't hear from them.
No, I mean from a clinical point of view, there was no heart activity, no brain activity. Then they are reanimated artificially by the doctor. And when asked and when they are ready to talk about it, they talk about what they remember, of that period where they were clinically dead.
Well, clinically dead, but the me's still there.
Yes.
And they tell a story about meeting Jesus or something.
Well, different stories.
Or light and all
The
that.
point I was trying to make is that when you read their reports, there are many similarities with reports of people who claim to have been awakened.
Oh, yes.
Lost their identity. Or
Yes,
lost
no,
their
they
meaning.
wouldn't, yeah.
And my question is, I mean, this is surprising to me, of course, but maybe it isn't surprising. It's
It's
very
not
natural.
surprising to me because both are descriptions of a story happening to me. The explanation of what seems to happen at what's called death, but it's not the final death of me, is the same description as those people who claim they've been coming life. They're both fantasy.
So it's still the me
Fantasizing.
fantasizing.
Yeah.
of any sort of powers, like they call them cities, as this me was disappearing?
No.
No. With other,
Yeah.
yeah, because like in other traditions of
Traditional traditions.
whatever, there are a lot of accounts of
Yeah,
how
so-
so.
There's also an awful lot of other bullshit.
Wait, so
They're all based on the idea of personal enlightenment. It's a bit like the death experience and similar to the explanations about enlightenment. They are both personal experiences and have absolutely no relevance to liberation. They're just personal experiences.
but the question
I
wasn't
was
about
enlightened and lived in bliss and everything was light and everybody loved me and I loved them. And when I nearly died, it's the same thing. It's a fantasy.
No, forget that bullshit.
I've forgotten that.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Is what's being said that there are no powers or that?
Absolutely.
All right.
That's a bit of a flat
How
down.
can there be so much certainty?
There is no certainty. There is nothing certain here. There's only a response out of nothing.
Okay, the response out of nothing is a response to a particular, let's say, phenomenon either being or
Well,
not being.
the response out of nothing is to a question out of me. And me is saying, are there no powers? And the response out of nothing is no. Why would there need to be special powers or special this or special? There's nothing special. There's nothing significant. There's nothing. All there is nothing.
Okay, wait.
Could there be a little something in the nothing? No.
Like, hang on.
Hang on.
Okay, so I interpret that as you just don't think that there could be such
I don't think.
There isn't a
I
thought.
don't think.
There isn't a thought that there could be such things as powers, which is fine. So, what about, say, cultures like Muji or any
Are you joking?
What?
So we have some coffee.
Okay.
All teaching is the teaching of becoming and comes out of a personal belief that there is someone who has found something who can help other people to find something. It's complete. Oh no, we're not allowed to talk about bullshit anymore.
No, we are.
It's a fantasy. Well, if you listen to the beginning of this talk, the me lives in a reality where there is a me that is real and it can move along a path to make it stronger. But the teachers of becoming like Muji are simply feeding the story of the idea that me can become liberated. It's a fantasy.
So that's interesting how somebody can be so confused and then pretend like they know something and then.
Oh, is it? Oh. Okay.
But that's also been seen with people like Ramana Maharshi, who's considered
He's a teacher.
extremely.
He's a teacher. You can't teach this. This can't be taught. Who's the teacher going to be taught to? And what is going to be taught? There's no teaching. There's nothing to teach. There's no one to
I wish I could watch you two have a debate. See the response that will come from the other side.
I don't think that would be very practical because these people sincerely believe in what they do. And they obviously believe in the reality of me finding something called enlightenment. Because that's what they teach. They teach the me how to find enlightenment. And they teaches me to self-inquire in order to reach somewhere else later on called an object called enlightenment.
Yeah.
So what's the point of discussing it? that's coming out of what is seen here as an artificial reality,
Uh-huh.
which is dualistic.